Hi, everybody. How's it going out there in podcast land? Welcome to the We Can't Pick a Title podcast. This is JT right over here. And over there we have...
Hey, everybody. It's BG.
Yay, BG. How you doing? How's things?
My wrist is pretty sore, but I'm still keeping on.
Keep on trucking, as they say.
Yep. Gotta make hay while the sun's shining, as they say.
And I assume, you were like saving a busload of orphans from ninjas or something to hurt your wrist?
Well, I got invited to do like the non-shabar on Dune, and then Benny Gesserit had me put my hand in the box.
Deep cut. Okay.
No, I probably said it wrong. I just faking out.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Yeah, I can't remember what it's actually called, but no.
And that's where like you feel the pain of death or something?
Yeah, you don't know what it is. It's like your mind.
Oh, okay.
Because they tell you it's going to be the most painful thing in the whole world or whatever. They
so
kind of psych you out. So it's
person.
your own mind. So some people feel burning and other people scorpions, stings, and it's whatever your own mind's worst stuff is. At least that's my interpretation of it.
Clowns stepping on your feet or something, if that'd be your freaky
If your
thing.
hand's in there and you're like, I'm going to feel that on my feet or something, I'm not sure. I don't know.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of sounded like it was like more like needles and stabby and stuff.
Yeah. I always thought it was like you felt like your own death or something.
Okay.
But I don't know why I thought that. Maybe that's a different show.
Experts on Dune. Everybody that's read Dune is like you. Shut your mouth.
Half facts.
Yeah, half-ass facts.
Yeah, exactly.
The old crew here today.
What were we saying yesterday? I was singing it. It was like facts that you still have to Google yourself. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll get you excited about it and worked up even a little because you're like, I don't know if they're accurate.
What? Yeah, exactly. If anything, you'll look it up just to spite us. Like, I don't think he was
trying
right
to tell
about
your
that.
friends at a party. You'd be like, oh man, I heard that on this podcast. This is what it's actually called, but...
Tell them all your friends at a party.
Yeah, it's like when I said the Nam Jabbar, I sort of wasn't sure what it's even called and stuff, so I kind of mumble it. And it's like, in junior high, I thought I was like super sneaky, and that if I like wrote my printing messy enough or my handwriting messy enough that I could like say that I did spell it that way. Like great. So I purposely let my printing and writing be messier so that I could cover up my poor spelling. Like
that totally worked.
I should have got a dictionary and just like looked it up or no
teachers ever come across that before.
Oh, well, I felt so bad for them. And then that became a habit, is the messy handwriting.
Right, yeah.
And then when I worked at Zeller's.
Well, if it worked, right, I guess?
Not really. No, they'd be like, I can't read this. Also, these things are spelled wrong. Yeah.
Brutal, yeah.
So then everything was like points deducted for being late because I was like, didn't want to look at the dictionary, I guess, was my problem there. I'm not sure.
Tough.
But, yeah.
That's what people used to say to me all the time. Like, well, I don't even know how to spell it, so how do I look it up in the dictionary? I'm like, well, you know how like the first one or two letters
sort of
go
sounds
at least,
like...
and the first letter, but again, like... Pfizer,
not everybody carried around a dictionary
physician,
with us.
Things like that. You're going to go to the F and be like, well, where's physician?
And like
or physics. Or,
and sometimes you're like, I don't even know what that sound is, what it looks like. Like what I don't even know what letter that is. Like, is it a PH or is it an F?
That's what I mean. Yeah. I don't know.
Anyways,
there's lots of other ones
spelling
like that,
and school. Did
you ever skip school?
Yeah, and that was, again, part of the same, probably the same reasons. Like I'd get behind in class because like my friends had finished their assignments or work on their assignments on the bus on the way home, which was like, 40 minutes and then a ferry wait for the ferry and then a ferry ride and then another hour of taking the bus.
Right.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
So, like, a lot of my friends, their homework would be done before they'd even get home.
Yeah. So even if you skip school, you'd still have to be back in time to catch the ferry back.
Yeah, you got to
make
catch
it
the
look like
bus
you didn't
back.
skip school anyways,
yeah, you got to
right?
show
Yeah.
up, and so then the principal would hang around. So I didn't really skip much in
great.
junior high. It was like more middle of the day
Oh,
because there'd be a parent or a teacher or somebody outside sort of supervising the bus area to make sure, because it's all the different kids going back to the different areas. So there'd be like rivalry between like certain little outskirts towns.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because the buses are coming to pick you up to take you to your area.
Ah, okay. Right.
Yeah.
See, for us, it was different because the group of buses would go to that school, like the elementary school, pick up those kids, and then they go to the junior high and pick up those kids, and then go to the high school and pick up those kids, and then take them.
But it was all from the
around.
same area.
Yeah, well, they'd take them out, out of town and drop them off at their houses, I assume.
Hopefully. End of a release road somewhere.
Exactly.
Range Road.
I'm tired of you kids. Get
Here
off.
you go.
Yeah.
Township, don't care.
You little That's great. Yeah. Left in the corner of I don't give a shit and Township Road, I don't care.
Yep. That's where you'd feel like dropping them off by the end of the season. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
hey? Yeah.
Or like the after Halloween, probably.
I could never really get away with it because it was such a small town and everybody knew me. Everybody knew my parents, so it was like, I'd come home and hear from my dad or mom and, Joe Schmuckentown saw you over, cruising in your car down at the Omniplex or something and be like, no, that must have been a different black Trans Am with a super duper stereo coming out of it.
And a handsome blue-eyed devil behind the wheel.
Blink. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty obvious, But I had lots of spares back then,
Tires? Like we're talking about the car?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Okay.
Spare class periods.
Okay.
Spare periods.
Oh.
I was going to say spare periods, but like...
Well, I guess it's better to have too many than not enough.
Free class, free time?
Yeah.
Free time.
Empty block.
There you go. So, I could just say and get away with that and be like, I had a spare that time. Ha ha ha.
So you didn't have to go to class.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I purposely built my, last year so that I had, either the whole morning off or the whole afternoon off.
Yeah,
Just
for
spares
sure.
and stuff. And it was great.
Save kids going back and forth a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
Even if you do live close.
So it always sucked. Anytime I did skip, it was always just constantly you're just on edge sort of the whole time. It was almost not fun anyways. Unless you're skipping and going somewhere. We're going to the river and we're going to hang out there all day.
Yeah, nobody's going to see it because you're going to be at Johnny's mom's basement. Johnny's mom had to go to the city for an appointment today.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even then, I didn't skip that often, really. Pretty rarely.
You had fun at school. You enjoyed it.
Yeah, I actually did. Yeah. I had
you
a
weren't
good
getting
time at
rocks
school,
thrown at you or
No, I mean, I don't think
taunted
so.
in the hallway.
Maybe a little
by
bit.
the color of your hair.
Not by the time we got to high school. Junior high for sure, but not high school. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I, it always just showed up now. I think they get phone calls or probably texts and some sort of email alerts and
they'd let you know if your kid's not there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They'd want to know did it fall through the cracks on our end or your end?
Yeah.
I think you have to call into the school and let them know they're not going to attend.
Oh yeah,
to
right.
now or
Right.
maybe message them or
it's probably just a
whatever.
text thing now.
When my niece and nephew were with us when Rihanna wasn't going in, it was crazy snowy day, and I'm like, I'm not driving to school for your art.
Yeah,
for
so
you and the two other kids. I mean, I'd love to do that,
Yeah.
but I didn't feel safe to drive with that much snow in our truck. I was
We'll do some finger painting here.
yeah, for a half day.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, nah, can't do it. Yeah, so I had to phone in and let them know she wouldn't be there.
Phone it in.
Yeah, so I'm assuming if your kid's not going to school regularly, they probably have to check in to make sure it hasn't been abducted or...
Yeah, I know it was
whatever.
pretty
There's
much
a
a
bit
year
more.
or two after I left that they
finally checked.
They started checking in on
That
me.
they were like, Jason hasn't been here for a couple years. Brenda's like, he graduated and moved away.
He's gone already? No, he didn't move away.
No.
No.
He just stayed there.
He's actually in our basement right now.
Yeah, hoping he's going to get a job.
Playing video games. He's going to get a job one of these days. He keeps saying.
It's just, you weren't just getting a bunch of different jobs and not staying at them, or were you just
Well, yeah, that.
holding out for something that really spoke to your soul?
No, it was more just I got to a point where it was just like I can't do this anymore. And like looking back now, it's like I think it was I don't know whether it was like an anxiety thing that I didn't even know that I had.
Yeah.
Necessarily, like I didn't know what anxiety was. Mm-hmm. We've talked about this before on the podcast, but like I didn't know what anxiety was growing up. I didn't know that was a thing. I would often pass out before going to school or going to events or things like that, but didn't know what anxiety was at the time. I just thought it was a thing that happened.
Panic attack,
me, or whatever. Yeah. I didn't know what that was, And so now I think looking back, a lot of the jobs that I left were, I think, because I was about to have either panic attack or
freak out,
or I could sense that this job was going to put me into a route of depression that would just really suck.
Yeah,
and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and feel yourself getting
And back then there was lots of jobs
swept away.
So it was like, oh, fuck, I'll just go get another job. I can get another one in a couple hours if I want to. I was really good at doing interviews, and if I got the interview, I'd get the job pretty much, so it was like no big deal. And there was plenty of jobs, where it was just like, looking back now, thinking like, well, why'd you leave? That was a pretty good job, and you could be fucking running that place now and making $300,000 a year or more doing that job, whatever. But
maybe had you had like a counselor or somebody to talk to about like because there was like all those different kids that passed away at your school and like all kinds of like weird stuff that you're like, oh, that's just part of life, but it also affects you.
Yeah,
right?
we're the per capita the suicide capital of Alberta and I think even maybe Canada at one time.
Yeah,
per capita.
A lot of stress and and just not having the tools to be able to deal with it. I mean, you had like loving, supporting, wonderful family and lots of family in town, which is great, but it's still, if you can't unpack what's going on inside you and you can't even name it or know what's going on, then those anxieties build up or anger builds up, and then you have physical manifestations of like injuries and stuff because you're angry, whether you fucking punched a tree or a countertop or something because you were upset. It's like, wow, if I'd have been able to like, I'm going to do some box breathing and do a little journal about what just happened and how do I really feel and where do I feel it in my body and
that's exactly
been able to like process it through. But
it wasn't
people
even a
that
thing
went
back
to
then.
counseling and stuff when I was a kid, it was like, okay, like a family member got chopped up in front of you and that's a reason, or a drunk driver took your family, or like it had to be something that the whole community could see and validate as that. And then even still, if you went, you would be considered or branded like not good enough because you needed counseling. When there's so many of us that probably could have done amazing things with our lives if we'd have had someone there to be able to help us unpack or process the trauma rather than just becoming drunks or addicts or stress eaters or stress drinkers or whatever.
Shoppers.
Yeah, exactly.
Chronic consumerism.
Yeah. Obsessive compulsive cleaners or we all have a way to cope, and those coping things aren't all bad because they kept us alive, right? If we didn't have that thing to cope, we wouldn't be here.
Well, and that's the thing is I just look back now and think like, because there's all kinds of avenues that you can take. There's online help and there's just online questions. Even, and it's just a no now that certain things and depression is hereditary, things like that. Even then, like I was going to say my great grandma. I don't know. Anyway, she killed herself. And it was always told to me that it was because she was sick. And then I found out later on it was because she was sick, but not, I always assumed cancer or something uncurable. But it was, social shit and depression and mental instability and stuff. And, and I don't think that that's necessarily me, but it's definitely in there somewhere. And I think that that's a root cause of a lot of things
still
and
cut
decisions
from the same,
that I've made.
Cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I don't know.
Just people being able to talk about how they feel when stuff goes down, or even just being able to process it yourself and be like, Jesus, why do I feel like getting drunk? Or why do I feel like just having music on so loud that I can't hear anything else around me? I had to drown out my thoughts, to drown out my feelings.
Yeah.
And if we all were able to have a safe place with safe people to be able to say, hey, you know what, I really am not okay today.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going through. This is how I'm feeling. I just want to curl up and whatever. Then, you know, and to feel loved and supported and to know that you can do that and you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay in depression. You don't have to stay in pain.
Yeah.
It's all cyclical. It's like the tides, right? It all comes and goes.
Well, and for me, like, a big part of it is having the tools out there, or not even the tools, just the diagnosis of it, of like, because for me, I never felt sad. I never felt shame, or I never felt guilt. I never felt anxiety, I guess, is, you know, like, I never felt the actual feelings of them. I was usually happy and everything else, but looking at the symptoms of depression and things like that, of, you know, overeating and procrastination and just straight up laziness and stuff, and that's all. There's more. If I had the list in front of me, I could label 10 or so off, you know, that are like, oh, okay, so it just sort of like,
It's not a character flaw. It's something that you're going through.
right, and it's not necessarily like, I don't like to just sit back on that and go, well, it's depression, nothing I can do about it. Oh well, that's me. Oh well, I'm just lazy, procrastinating, not able to hold a job guy. When I know that's not true. I just held a job for 6 years ago, and this last one I got laid off from. It wasn't me. You know what I mean? That's not necessarily true. It's, I just got to be able to cope and know where are the different feelings, or why I'm doing those things. Why did I just literally sit around all day doing nothing?
Maybe you needed rest.
Maybe I needed rest, and I got to be able to, like, look at myself and parse those out a little bit and know, okay, that was because I needed rest, or was it because I've been feeling really shitty about myself and whatever else for the last week, or something else, or stress is kicking in and da-da-da-da. You know, so I know that it's good that at least now it's known to look in yourself, because maybe that's where a lot of these things are deriving from. It's not just, well, the kid's lazy, you know, kind of deal, right?
He's
like,
bad
well,
seed.
hey, he can't hold a job. Well, why can't he hold a job? Is it because he's dumb? No. Is it because he's lazy? No, he works his ass off. You know, well, why is it? Why does he just leave a job because of a feeling kind of deal, you know? And that's a lot of times what it was like, and then a lot of times it was also just bullshit. Just assholes being straight assholes, and me being like, you know what? I don't need to put up with this, and I'm not gonna. That's not me. I'm not a person that's just gonna take shit. So
yeah, I looked like that's something that I look up to with your family, is you guys all are confident of who you are as people. You know, the Thompsons are, you know, solid. We're a family, and we're, you know, we have value, and yeah, the Swaps too. They're very empowered families, and I think, I don't know, I like to think my family is the same way, but I definitely didn't feel that growing up. I was like, okay, you be quiet and over there and be helpful and be a good kid and don't be too loud, and you know what I mean? And I just thought that's how everybody grew up, you know, and then, you know, being around other families where people are like, ta, 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 as a day-to-day thing, I'm like, wow, this is a lot.
Ours was always respectful.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yes, we were loud, but you would never hear us being loud while somebody was doing a speech. Or, you know, you'd never hear kids, a bunch of Thompson or Swap or Gaberson kids in the corner freaking and screaming out while somebody else was doing something.
Yeah, or being foul-mouthed, you know? In front of...
I mean, little kids and whatever. That's different, you know. But yeah, as far as that goes, it was all just respect.
There was, definitely.
You know, that was the biggest
respect.
part of it. And I think because when you were allowed, fucking go nuts. Scream, play, throw lawn darts at each other. Who cares? We can stitch that up. No big deal.
Yeah.
You know, whatever, right? It was like...
Go release your wiggles.
We're going to go have some fun and do what you got to do. You know, and I think that was a big part of it, too. Was just, you're not not stifled necessarily in other ways. You know, it was like, let's just go have some fun.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we still went and got to build tree forts any way we wanted to and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or bush forts, I should say. We didn't really make any up in the trees. But
Yeah, that's too actually. Now I want to go make a bush fort.
do you? How hot is it out there?
It is hotter than a hoochie coochie. It gets hotter than a hoochie. That's that. What's that guy's name? Not Jackson Brown. Not George Jones. Alan Jackson.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. It gets hotter than a hoochie coochie.
Exactly
Which
like
I don't know
him.
the exact temperature of a hootie coochie.
Either one.
Either one. Yeah.
Yeah, one's a type of owl.
Yeah, we should look it up. We're like, what's the precise temperature of a hoochie coochie these days?
Oh.
It is hot.
It's quite warm.
It's like 40 degrees by the wet bulb temperature. It's fun saying wet bulb temperature.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
I don't know what it is right now out there, but
It's pretty hot.
30
I got
degrees Celsius.
Got up pretty early this morning to get the house cleaned up. I got some clients later, so I wanted to make sure the dishes and stuff were all done and places tidied up.
Yay.
But I didn't want to be doing it like in the heat of the afternoon with your hands in the hot dishwater and stuff. I was like, nope, I'm going to get up early, open all the doors and windows, let the air flow through while it's still, only 17 degrees.
Yeah, hey.
Because, it's supposed to get up to close to 30.
That's why I got so hot last night. I think I realized, like, after, it was just from the hot water. 'Cause I was doing dishes in between cooking and stuff. It wasn't necessarily the cooking or the oven heat. It was the hot water.
Yeah.
And then I should have been doing cold water after, too. Like a quick little cold water rinse on my hands. And I find if I can get my wrists and this little, whatever you call your inner elbow.
Inner elbow divot.
Yeah. If I get that cold, then that really helps.
Yeah.
And I have a theory, if people want to hear it.
Is it because it's kind of waist height, and then if you go in the water, it's like deep?
No.
To there?
No, that's a good one, though.
Yeah.
I think it's because, my forearms get really sweaty.
Okay.
Or used to, anyway. So I think that's a big insulator, conductor / everything of heat transference.
Because they're usually bare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think if I just get past that, then, it's like a heating coil.
For when the sweat
Right?
trickles down into that part and it starts to cool the whole Jason off.
Yeah. I think by the time it goes from my wrist to here, it's already warm.
Yeah, and you're not really supposed to wipe the water off either because it's supposed to
Evaporato.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how it actually cools you. But there's all this on the horse pages now. Everybody's all like, oh, you have to sweat scraper all the water off because the fur, maybe it's different with horses because the fur holds the water in there and insulates the horse.
Yeah. I can see that.
So I was like, okay, if the horse is hot already, then it would do that. But if you sweat scrape it off, I don't know.
I think either way.
Maybe if you're stuck out in the sun.
I think either way, it'd be such a minimal difference.
Yeah.
Of even cause it'll just evaporate.
If your horse is already overheating
a split
anyway.
second later than it would normally. I think at the at 30-degree temperature anyway.
It's the latest controversy.
Oh my goodness!
What do you do
in the horse world?
I'm just happy I get to spritz them off.
Scrape or no scrape?
I'll scrape them.
All right.
You get the extra dirt off anyway.
Happy anniversary!
Oh, thanks. Happy 5th anniversary to you.
Yay!
Yeah.
You had to check the date?
I'm glad Stacy did the sign. I just, because it was 2018, I always think it's the 8th, not the 7th. And Jason's always like, it's the 7th, and then just
be able to see it.
points at this sweet sign that our friend Stacy made for us.
Let's hope I didn't screw up.
Yeah. It was,
I screwed up a little bit.
yeah, it was a nice day. We went
Gardened?
down.
Oh yeah, did we go for a dip that day?
Well, we took the Salty down to the low tide.
Oh yeah, that day.
Ouch! I got a horsefly bite on my elbow yesterday when we were gardening. I just realized, ouch! I just scratched it. Anyways, we went down to Smelt Bay, and the tide was crazy, crazy low. And so we went out and tootled around in the tidal pools and.
A little off-leash beach time.
Yeah, Salty got to rip around a bit and did really good.
Threw the ball, and
it
was great.
Yeah, it was fun.
We'll intersplice some footage here, actually, while we're
there
talking
it is.
about it even. Look at him, isn't he cute?
Oh my God.
goodness. Look at him run around.
Yeah, Salty's cute too. Yeah, and then I made reservations for us
Yay!
at the Hollyhock, and they have like a weekly menu, so every day it's different, and they have a set thing for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and of course they have like vegetarian options, like so if you have
Yeah.
food restrictions or whatever, they can work with that and accommodate that. But it includes like a salad bar at first. It's like a green salad, and then like all kinds of these cool toppings, and then and like iced teas. So like herbal teas though. They had a
Ginger and
hibiscus, yeah,
It's fun to say
and
hibiscus.
coffee, and like all of that's included. And then they bring out your entree to you, and it was tuna.
Yeah.
It was like pan-seared
Seared
tuna.
sesame crusted pan seared tuna.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was amazing.
It was so good.
And it had like a mango
fucking good.
salsa-y thing on the side, and then like kind of like the
Mango
kind of a
succotash.
coleslaw on, it looked like a coleslaw kind of thing on the side.
And rice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and
The
rice
rice
too.
was really good too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very tasty. And then it comes with a dessert too, and it was like a little chocolate mousse with like a sesame wafer in there, and then some little Granny Smith apple bits in there. And I was like, oh, kind of a weird combo. And one of the servers was like, oh my goodness, this is like my favorite dessert. I hope you like it. And I'm like, it's
right.
so beautiful. And I did take pictures of all the food. I don't know if we'll post it or not.
It was so good.
It was beyond good.
Yeah.
And the server that we had, like for our section, it was somebody we knew.
Thank you, Andrea.
Andrea was amazing. She took such good care of us and was like,
Yeah.
it was our first time there, and she really made us feel loved and pampered.
Yeah, exactly.
And we
Yeah.
kind of sat over to the side because there wasn't a lot of tables left. She's like, get out there, get a table with a view. Like,
Yeah.
get out there and make sure you go to the salad bar once it's open.
Yeah, there's a salad bar too, I was going to
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
So we did that, got a good little table kind of right near the kitchen, but like a good view. I mean, there was people sitting in the view, but whatever.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, say that to you.
Yeah,
too.
they kind of moved around and stuff. So you got like, I'm like, oh, I'm going to sit.
Change my seating.
Yeah, I sat on the other side of the table so that I could like look up towards the mountains rather than like at the sea of people that were at all the other tables along the thing. And I'm like, I'm just going to. I'm here for the view. I'm not here to people watch. I'm,
Right.
here with Jason. It's our anniversary. And so I'm like, I'm going to face him. And he's, of course, back to the wall, and it's nice. He gets a little bit of a back support because it's
You
like,
got to keep all angles
benches
in
there.
vision, right? CIA style.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was really fun, like, to get to pick your own salad stuff and get your own drinks. And I think you can pay extra and get booze. I think I saw a bottle of wine on
Oh,
somebody
yeah,
else's
probably, I
table.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a set price, and for each
Every day is a
meal, I
different
think
meal,
breakfast's
or different
22, lunches are 30, and dinners are 62. And it's nice because the lunch and the dinner you get the salad bar included,
Oh, yeah, right.
and dessert with
And
your
I mean,
dinner.
it's a little pricey. It's even a little pricier than what you would expect to pay for island stuff, but it's all, like, it's a gourmet.
It
know.
was, and
So,
I
I
was
mean-
so satisfied with it too.
Yeah. So it'd be like if you took a gourmet chef and then added a amazing seaside resort thing and put them together.
I like that. I like that you just pay for. You get everything's included for that price,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
So it's not like all pieced out. Like I'm just gonna get the entree. You get your salad starter. You get drinks, like
and there was
and
plenty
coffee
there.
at the end, and you get your fucking deluxe entree, and you get a really awesome
Yeah.
dessert. So I was really, really happy with it. And you can go online and look at their website and
Mm-hmm.
find out what they have on each day. But the price is always the same.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
we'll
know
talk about
that
it in
you
the show
can.
notes.
Yeah,
put it in there.
it's kind of cool. Like I'd never. I guess because it's a resort, right? Like with any other resort, when it's a la carte and you book your spot and you show up and.
Well, and it's sort of the smarter way to do it because then you don't have to have the inventory for 30 different meals on your menu.
And they know what their inventory is and what
Yeah.
they'll need because they book ahead.
Yeah.
And because it's a resort, like they know how much to make, and they know every Wednesday this is what we're making, every Thursday this is what we're making. And so...
And can only grow so much because a lot of it's made from the garden that's there.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing too, is it's not just gourmet, it's not just resort, it's farm
all
to table.
It's all organic
Right,
and locally
too,
sourced too, which is
Yeah.
incredible. Even the seafoods made are caught by somebody local.
And not just farm to table, you can literally like walk around the garden and see the lettuce patches and stuff that you're maybe not about
The
to eat.
beets
But,
coming up
you know.
and the peas are coming in,
Yeah.
and oh god, the flower
Yeah.
garden was really beautiful too.
Yay.
Yeah,
Happy
it
anniversary,
was lots
babe.
of fun, and thanks, Dad, for sending us some money
Yay.
to go out for
Love it.
supper. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I told somebody at the store that it was our anniversary, and they're like, "Oh, how long?" And I'm like, 5 years married," and I'm like, 15 some years together. Like
2010.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So
14 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, yeah, give or take a year or two.
No.
No, that's not how it works.
Feels like way longer, but
fuck.
whatever.
Just so long. Like,
It's like, what did I even do before that?
to follow it up with there.
Yeah.
That's great.
Super romantic.
So I did find out about Hitler's mustache
Oh.
a little bit.
Did you?
To do a hard segue there.
No. Speaking of facial hair.
It's called the toothbrush mustache.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Because
it
it's
looks like
the size of a little
right?
toothbrush.
The toothbrush. And I assume
That's how
the
they
original
measured
joke
it.
was probably like, "Oh, look at my mustache." Oh, it doesn't say that here.
Okay.
Where am I going here? I haven't looked this up for a while. I sort of just jumped into it. First becoming popular in the United States in the late 19th century, it later spread to Germany and elsewhere. Comedians such as Charlie Chaplin and Oliver Hardy popularized it, reaching its heyday during the interwar years. By the end of World War II, the association with Nazi leader Adolf Hitler made it unfashionable for some reason, leading it to being termed the Hitler mustache.
Yeah,
after
you don't want to
that.
get lumped
So,
in with that guy.
Yeah. So this is a good one, though. After World War II, the toothbrush was worn by some notable individuals, including several Israeli politicians, which is
They're
sort of
bringing it
strange,
back.
yeah, and American real estate developer Fred Trump, father of Donald Trump,
Holy.
who kept rocking the Hitler mustache after Hitler Town.
That just
happened.
makes me so uncomfortable.
Right? I was like, what? What?
So the apple doesn't fall far
Yeah,
from
exactly,
the tree,
right? I was
guess.
like, holy shit, what are the odds there?
Cojones.
That's so great.
Read the room, guys. Read the room. But I guess white supremacists don't mind if other people know they're white
So
supremacists.
I kind of want to look it up a little bit
Gross.
further and see if it was like
I don't
if
want
he's
to look at it at all.
credited as like, well, I'm going to keep it strong for
Bringing
the
it
white
back.
folks, or something.
Yuck.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yuck. There's some
Yeah.
things that are just okay with going away.
Yeah, Hitler mustache. I'm okay with that.
I'm kind of stoked
Don't
that the
bring it
mullet
back.
came back, though. And
Stoked?
I feel like it's like, yeah, because
I guess because it's funny.
there's some great mullets out there. Like, it's not for everybody.
I like the variant, the mullet sort of variant, where it's almost like a mohawk mullet kind of
Yeah.
thing-ish now.
Yeah, you can have a lot of fun with the shape
I think they
now.
call it an Australian mullet is what they call it.
Yeah.
Technically, but
When it's like sides are
yeah,
just the
are
sides
clipped
are off.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like Joe Dirt brought it back
that's great.
a little bit, and then it was ironic because there was a few people doing it, and the hockey kids
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
And then Tiger King during COVID and all of that.
Yeah.
People were like, holy crap, because the mullet looks good on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like a redneck look because of it, but he rocks it. I was like, whatever, Tiger King, give her.
It's one of those things that like it's the same as, and I'm just gonna say it,
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of newer, younger ladies, or it seems like queer folks,
Mm-hmm.
are rocking like the straight, weird. I'm gonna call it doofy bangs, is what we sort of
Weird.
called it back in the day.
The too short.
where they're like
it seems like they're too short.
They either need to be either longer or shorter, or one of the two. It's like this weird half like Amazonian tribal person type of thing, which
yeah.
fine on them. And I'm not judging.
Not saying that, are they culturally appropriating these bangs,
I guess
Jason?
my point is just that, like, yeah, exactly. What the hell are they doing?
Sorry.
Like, I think same with the mullet is that
It's just shocking to see it out of place.
there's a different haircut that you would look better with.
Probably.
And that's the whole thing, that mullet thing was just ironic, and then it became a fashion trend again. You're like,
yeah, the Australians
it wasn't
kept it
ironic
going.
before, it was just hockey hair
Yeah.
before, and it didn't look
Well,
good back then.
in Canada, it was hockey hair.
You know? Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
they wanted the long, but they wanted it shorter and manageable, so
Yeah.
it looked like you did something with your hair.
And then Billy Ray Cyrus
Yeah.
is who started the whole mullet thing back in the day, when everybody was,
brought it back,
you know,
yeah.
the party in the front, business up front, party in the back, party in the rear.
Yeah, that was the spiky ones, like the 90s. There was lots of 80s, 90s, lots of spiky.
Spiky, and then
80s was
and
like
then just
permed.
straight long flow in the
And
back.
now the perm
right?
stuff is really back. Everybody's like all about, hey, this is actually how you do your curls. You want to hear them go
Yeah, hey.
when you're squeezing product
That's so
into
funny.
them. Nobody's brushing them out like they used to.
Ironic haircuts.
Hair.
And like even the ones where it's like sort of half shaved up here and then cut through, and I don't know whether that's like a military thing or another doofy doof kind of thing.
I guess it's a trend.
Or just
I don't know.
trends be trending.
I think
guess.
there's lots of people that just don't want the hairiness on the back of their neck, like it feels unkempt and furry
Okay.
and fuzzy. That's why I have like just the very bottom of mine is shaved, because those hairs don't really get longer than maybe 3 inches, and they're such a tight curl that they just like break and tangle and snag on everything. So I just like cut that tiny little bit off. If I go any more than that, I just look like Gollum from the back, and it is not flattering.
That's great.
I've done higher up undercuts on me, and
Doesn't work.
yeah,
I've done some on
I
you,
don't know.
but
Even if
yeah.
I was like 100 pounds lighter, I still don't know that my body shape would pull it off. Like
head
I
shape.
just look sickly.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like I
yeah.
don't have enough hair to cover the bulk of my head.
Yeah. It would just
You
look
know?
weirdly blondie, like powder.
It just looks sparse.
Almost or something. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, it's not flattering for me.
And again, no judgment.
But I
you
love
wanna
all
rock
the
your hair the way you want to
cool
rock it.
shaved off
I'm
parts for people.
I'm all for crazy haircuts and trying it out, and it's gonna grow it anyways. Why not?
Yeah.
You know, just do what you want to do and try to
On yourself, not
I've
Barbie.
on Barbie?
You cut off Barbie's hair, that's it. You're done.
cut
You
off-
gotta buy a new Barbie.
Well, yeah, I would hope that people out there that are listening to this would know that, but
Maybe they don't.
maybe not.
Maybe you didn't know.
Yeah, well, you get the Barbie where the hair keeps growing.
I don't think they make them anymore.
Oh, what?
Do, 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 do.
Oh, I'm sad.
Yeah.
I'm a sad little Jason.
Anyways,
Okay, now.
he's better.
Yeah, I definitely had tried some crazy haircuts back in the day.
Did you do the like kind of shaved on the sides and then parted in the middle with the like tried to comb it back? The what was it like the
like the sort of skater style one?
tool time kids had?
Oh, okay, yeah, sort of, yeah.
I thought those
Yeah.
boys had the coolest
Yeah,
hair.
the skater cut, sort of.
Yeah,
almost,
lots
yeah.
of the junior high dudes
Yeah.
had that in our school.
And again, I definitely rocked that, but not necessarily when all the other people did.
Oh, okay.
So that's my thing is like, you rock your haircut however you want, but don't necessarily do it because everybody else is doing it. But again, if you like it and you see it on somebody else and you like it, do it. What am I going to say? Do whatever you want to do. I don't care. Do have your
Have
fun.
fun. It's your hair.
Exactly. It's your hair.
Your hair. You gotta wear it. That's what I tell people. You gotta wear it.
Yeah.
Got a haircut there.
Yeah, I
Recently,
got one.
Jason?
Speaking of haircuts, let's do this real quick.
Oh, he's all doing the like Baywatch. Oh, now he's doing like a smeared face maneuver. Hopefully, you're watching on the YouTube at We Can't Pick, so you could see what all those grunty sounds were about.
Some people stand in the darkness,
It was like a bird
afraid to
flying
step into the light.
around out in the yard or something. It keeps getting dark. I was like, is there a pterodactyl? But
Yeah.
I think it might be those ravens hanging around again.
I was singing some Baywatch there.
I know. Sorry, I was thinking danger because it was getting
yeah.
dark behind
That's
me.
fair.
I was like, what's happening? I got distracted, but you can go back to the
Oh no, I'm
singing
good.
again.
They got this. They got the gist
Oh,
of
I
it.
see the curl on your eyebrow now. It's sticking straight out to the right.
This one right here.
Oh, yeah. That's better.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Yay!
And we're back. So do you have any would you rathers, Jason?
Let's find out.
Okay.
Okay, let's go with this. Would you rather only watch one single movie for the rest of your life, or only eat the same food for the rest of your life?
Okay, does it...
Kind of a tough one, eh?
Okay, like my stipulation, Gene wants to know, will the other one still be available? Like if I pick the entertainment thing, like if I give up
you're not giving up
entertainment,
the other. You can still have your other
okay,
food.
because that's what I was gonna say is like food scarcity wise, I would say okay, well I'm still gonna take salads.
Okay.
And just
okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Just because then
But what about protein?
Yeah, well, you can put some
right. I guess salad
whatever
could be
on your
anything.
salad. You can have
Fucking
nuts
taco
and
salad, macaroni salad.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. We'll eat the same food for the rest of your life. Salads.
And then I know that I'm going to have that.
I'll allow that.
Fruit salad for breakfast.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess meat salad. There's burger salad now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you could have grilled romaine. You know,
all the salad, hot salad people are making.
Salad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then,
Okay, go ahead.
by that same logic, could you say
I'm only going to watch
horror movies?
Maybe. Sure.
You know, because that's salads. Salads is one type of food.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Is
not
it?
a specific
Is it?
food item,
It is. Oh.
right? Because the same logic you couldn't apply it to movies.
Okay, well then I'll just say tacos.
Okay.
You know?
Does he just have tacos
Yeah.
every meal for the rest of your life?
Yeah, and then I get to still
And then
watch
you can
whatever
still-
shows or movies I want.
And you can still pepper in as much lettuce as you could.
As much TV as we
guess.
watch, I'd be okay to not have TV, and I could fill my days without it.
And then eat whatever foods you want.
Yeah, but the suspicious gene in me says, well, if I pick the food one, then at least the food will be there. You know, because
Right.
who knows about the entertainment? You know what I mean? Like, if I have to, like, pick one or the other, is it a trap and it's a trick? So I gotta, you know, if I at least...
Not everything's a trap.
It could be, right? It's trick questions and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what about you? You just gonna...
Yeah, well, we got no time. I gotta go. So,
You're just gonna watch the Simpsons movie?
You know? Yeah. Man, oh man. Like, because I thought, okay, I could probably watch Idiocracy as being the only movie for the rest of my life. And I just wouldn't watch it all the time. I just do other things. Just movies would be
You just
less.
YouTube instead.
Exactly. That counts, right?
Facebook, YouTube,
Yeah.
Instagram.
You know, like, can I get... Yeah, exactly.
Do I still
other
have screen
entertainments.
time? Yeah.
Does TV still count?
Is it
TV
gonna be
shows?
only Shakespeare in the Park?
You know, can I read book? No, I don't read books anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I'm almost done my other book, but
You're writing a book?
no, reading.
Oh, okay.
A Secret Service book.
Okay.
So same foods. That would be a tough one for me too. But I like your tacos one because then you could make however you want.
I think
Sort
so.
of tacos.
And
you
if you
know.
just have the same ingredients, you can make it differently every time. Even if they like stuck you with, you're only allowed.
Just beans, rice, and cheese, and lettuce, and tomatoes, and
Yeah, if it
avocado.
was if it was specific like
beans.
that. But I'd go for the ground turkey. But
yeah. Because then you get some.
because then I could at least
Proteins.
just have ground turkey for breakfast instead of having to
It's a
have.
taco. You
just-
got to have it in some sort of taco form still.
Yeah, that's
You know?
okay.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That
But they
lettuce
make like
taco.
they make like ice cream tacos and stuff now. So you know, you just start inventing spaghetti tacos. You know,
That's you. That's not me.
but that'd be good though.
No, it wouldn't.
You sure?
I don't eat spaghetti or tacos anymore. Just kidding. I love tacos. And sometimes I like spaghetti if it's gluten free.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want another one? you good?
I should
Done?
probably wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I gotta get back to some
Wrap it up,
people that were bleepity bleeping in.
All right. Yeah, actually, me too.
Okay.
Love you all very much.
Well,
Thanks
guys,
for
thanks for joining us and sticking through to the end. If you can like and subscribe, that would be amazing. We're on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at We Can't Pick. And reach out and let us know if you have preferences, and or if you're enjoying the show. Some people are just,
not enjoying it.
quietly enjoying the show out there. And we love you and appreciate you. And thanks so much to the people who have reached out and said, hey, actually, we do exist. It's not just, you're not all alone out there in the ether doing it for nothing. So,
And those that are quietly enjoying the show,
we
you don't
appreciate
have
you
to
too.
be. Don't be scared.
Yeah, don't be shy.
Some of us are introverts as well.
Yeah.
It's okay. Don't be shy. We're all
You
comrades.
can even just send something in a message.
Oh,
You can be
there
like,
you go.
don't share it. I know you share the other stuff
you don't
sometimes.
share everything. Or if you have any
don't
topic
share.
ideas or questions or would you rathers for us, let us know.
Yeah.
We can give you a shout out, but also not if you're
Yeah, we
shy
can be
type,
like some mysterious person or alien sent
Anonymous.
this in.
Anon.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay.
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 Anyways, we
Yay.
better
Love you all
better
very
get
much.
back to the people that are reaching out. Love you guys. Thanks for sticking it through to the
Rock
end.
and roll.
And
I just noticed the dish soap.
we'll catch you next Wednesday.
Close the lid.
Love you guys.
Love y'all.
See you next week.
Have fun, everybody.
Bye.
Wrapping it up in a nice little bow. I really hope you liked all of our stories. We don't really have an outro yet. We hope we didn't cause too many bories. That's when you get bored and you're like, fuck this, and you space out and you look over there. You don't want to quit listening 'cause you love us and you're putting up with our shenanigans.